So in this video we are going to be talking about text box. So when you click on the text box icon, you can choose some already pre-made text box styles, and let's say for example we choose this one that will show up here, and you can move it around, and let's click delete on that, and let's go this one, and let's say for example we choose this one, and as you can see it shows up here. So text box allows you to kind of create custom text box and if you do not want to choose any of the already made text box, you just click on text box, draw text box, and you can draw your own text box, and you can add whatever you want inside it. Let's say you want to insert an image, and let's say for example we choose this image, insert, and we can click on this right here, and we can add more text to it. I believe we can format the image, so if the image is inside the box, there's not much formatting that you can do. And here we can add text to the content. And if we go back to insert here, and if you go under text box, you can see more text boxes from office.com, so you have more options. And if you scroll down here, you also have a few more options. Just wisp quotes. I really like the look of this one. I also like this one. Let's see. Yeah, that one looks good. So you can choose already made templates, or you can design your own template. And of course this is an art that you can move around to if you wanted to. So you can design your own or use already made text box templates. So if you go back to insert here, we'll see quick part, and you can go to auto text. We'll see document property, you see field, you see building blocks, nothing much to it. And then you see word art. So this is the same thing that we saw when we went to home and looked at all of this. Is the same thing as this one. Now moving on to signature lines. So you can add a signature, Microsoft signature line. So basically you can create signature. So let's say you want to send this document over to somebody else for them to sign it. So, and the person's name is Jane Doe, and let's say the person's title is Mrs., and you put in this person's email address here, and says allow the signer to add comments in the sign dialog or show sign dates and signature line, and just click OK. And as you can see, that signature line appears right here. So whenever you send it to somebody, this is what it will appear right here. And enter here, and whenever you send this to somebody, they will sign. If you go back to signature line again, this will show up, and you don't have to put in the person's name. If you don't put in the person's name or don't put in a signer's title or anything like that, you just click OK. The signature box will still show up, but there will be no name attached to it. And of course you can adjust it. You can make it longer or shorter as you see please. And if you click on it, you can go under format, and you can make some changes to your signature line. Another way to add a signature line without using the signature feature is to use insert, line, shapes. Let's go to line, and you can draw a line right here, and let's make it black and make it big and black. And then after adding the line, you can do a text box. So go to insert, text box, draw text box, something like that, and type in sign here, something like that. and we'll drag this to expand this, and then you can drag this onto this line right here. See, but it's much easier for you to use the signature line to create a distant signature line. Let me get this here and put this on here. And to remove the black things around this box, as you can see, when you click on this box, you will see black lines around it. To remove it, you just click on it. To remove this black line, say to appear like this X, you click on it and you go over to format and see where it says shape outline. You click on shape outline, click no outline, and just like that, those black boxes around it has disappeared, and it looks as if they are blended in. And of course, you can move these two items together by clicking on this, shift click on this and go to group together. So now these two items are grouped together, so now you can move them around. And of course, if you want to use it in a different document later on, you just go over to insert and go to documents item and find this document, and you'll be able to insert this particular signature into a different document later on. So that is 2 ways to create signature lines in Microsoft Word. And let's move on to date and time. Just click on date and time. You can pick the date or pick the time and stuff like that, and you click OK, and it will insert date and time for you. And if you go to object here, object, so you can choose the type of object you want to insert. If you want to insert a bitmap, image, animate document, stuff like that. So you can choose different objects to insert into Microsoft Word. I'm just going to click out of it. And under objects, you also have text from file. Most times you will not be using these things. It's not a common thing for that you normally use in Microsoft Word. So now let's move on to equations. In Microsoft Word, if you click here, you can see different equations that is already made. You can also go to more equations from Microsoft Office.com and you see more equations. And if you want to insert, let's say this equation, it will be inserted, and you can edit this equation as you see, please. Cancel. And when you click on the equation here, you say it's equation up top and design, and from here is equation. You can see different equations that you can use to replace it if you wanted to. And here, this is ink equation. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So under equation design, you see many different options. Let's say I wanted to remove this too, and instead replace it with a different symbol like this one. So these are your symbols right here. And you can also insert fractions symbol. You can insert superscript. You can insert large operators like this one. You can insert many different things from the equation symbol. And if you click out of it, go to insert again, go to equation. And then scroll down, there's a lot of equations. Scroll down here, there's a lot of equation. And if you go to start new equation, right, you can type in your own manual equation. So let's say I want to add an integral. I can do this and I can start typing out my own equation. I can put 3 right there. I can put this symbol right there. I can put something like this on there. So you can create kind of this equation, and then you click this drop down menu and you can go save as new equation, professional linear, all professional, change to inline justification if you want it to be right, left, centered. So we can go on save as new equation, and you want to name the equation, so name of equation, and you want it to be saved under equations, not under footers or cover pages or headers, anything like that. You want it to be saved under equations, and the category will be whatever category you want. And you can add a description for this equation so you remember what the equation is for. And you want to save it in building blocks, and then you click OK. So now that we've saved that equation, if we go back to insert again and go to equation, see name of equation is on top, and then we can click on it to insert it right there. You can also ink equations. If you go to insert, go to under equations, and here it says insert new equation. That's one way to insert the equation directly. If you go to insert equation, ink equation. So from here you can ink your own equation. So let's say you do S equal to mx plus b, which is the famous slope equation. Mx plus clear, y equal to mx plus b, not x. So it's very accurate in detecting things, so that's really good. Mx plus b, you just click insert and it inserts your equation for you, and of course you can save as a new equation. If you go over to, you can save it under equations and slope equation, the slope of a line, and save it in building blocks. And let's say we choose the category of algebra, for example, and click OK. And if we go back to insert equations, as you can see under algebra category, not example, the first one we did was exemplary category, this is algebra category, and we have slope right there, and bam, it inserts it. So that's how you do equations in Microsoft Word. And now let's move on to symbols. If you go on symbols, you see all types of symbols. That's if you want symbols, whatever you're doing, and then you go to more symbols to get even more symbols. Under the symbols icon, you can create a shortcut key for your symbols, right, and then you type in whatever you want the shortcut key to be. So maybe say Control Shift Q or something like that, or whatever you want. And from here you can choose symbol and scroll through and find different symbols here. And then you can also go to Steven, Splash, Snowdrift. So you have many different options of things for you to go through here and find the symbol you're looking for. If you can't find a particular symbol, you can just go on Google and search the character code of whatever you think the symbol is called. And if you have the character code, you can put in the character code here. And every symbol has a unique character code. If you can put in the character code here, and then you'll be able to type that in. Not only does it have a character code, not only does each one have a unique character code, they have unique shortcut keys. As you can see, the shortcut key for this one is alternative plus 0234. Alternative plus 0233. And if it doesn't have a shortcut key and it's something you use often and you want to create a shortcut key for it, you can just click on this and let's say put something like alternative 2365. Alternative 2365. And you can choose a shortcut key for it, and let's go to different things. And over here you have special characters too, and here's the shortcut keys to it. So you also have that under symbols. And once you find what you want, what you're looking for, you just click insert and it comes over here, and you can click close. You can also add symbols up here to make it easier to find in the future. So if you click this drop down menu and click on more commands, and let's go for symbols. Let's go here and click all commands, and we are looking for symbols. Alright, we just passed S. So over here you have symbols. You can click on this, shift, click on this and go on add the next one, add it. And if you want to remove it later, just click on it and say remove, add, and then we click OK. And as you can see, all of them shows up here. So if you click on this first one, you see different symbols. You can click this to expand, click on the second one for symbol color, click on this for symbol icon, more symbols to bring that up. And here you can have with this one shows you both equation and symbols, so this will make it easier to access if you are using symbols a lot. All right, that very much covers it for the insert tab. Next we'll be going over to draw tab. There's nothing much to show here, but I'll have to show you ink to math and ink to shape and ink editor and stuff like that. So this will be next, and then we'll continue moving on to design, layout, references, mailing, review, view. Alright, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.